Hey, what is up, all y'all good people? This is your co-host, Kimberly A. Bryant.
Hi, this is Blair Bryant.
And we are the Pop Culture Green Room, and y'all, tonight is going to be extra special because we've got none other than Danielle Peterson, aka Dani Gossip Girl, my co-host with the Villa Download. And y'all, this is awesome. We are on fire tonight because we've got none other than Earl the Pearl from Bravo's hit television series Love Hotel. And you also know him as the love interest who was selected by Shannon Beador on the series. And we're going to get all into it. And so excited and happy to have him here. Earl, welcome and thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a pleasure being here and to meet all you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun time. I'm wearing my pearls for it. Pearls are my favorite, but it's so nice to be in the presence of an Earl the Pearl. So
that's awesome.
I love it. She's got her pearls ready. My girl's ready.
Yeah, and I love me some Housewives. Like a little side note, I love Luann so much that me and my sister, 3 years ago, made a pilgrimage down to Southern Illinois where her and Sonia filmed Crappie Lake, and we stayed at the motel and became friends with the owners of the motel. But again, nice to be talking to you tonight, Earl.
Yes, and I went to Southern Illinois University, so I know.
Oh,
yeah, that's where I got.
Very nice. My sister went there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, cool. Y'all both have the Illinois tie. That's super great. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited just to dip into all this. And we're going to get into the fame and how this all started. But all right, let us rock and roll. So, all right, let's get started with you, Earl, of course, obviously. So before the cameras started and you were on this new hit series, can you tell us about your upbringing in Lawrenceville, Georgia? Tell us about your family, early influences, and your path before you ended up on reality TV.
Yeah, I grew up in Cicero, which is the first town right on the border of Chicago. And that's where I spent most of my life. I was actually born on the south side of Chicago. My mom was in the roller derby. My dad,
wow.
He was a veteran from Georgia, had a 6th grade education, started working the docks in Chicago, and you can only imagine how rough that was every winter and every summer, And they didn't have a great marriage, but we all survived it. So it wasn't a great childhood, but I left when I was 17. My brother left when he was 17. My sister left when she was 16. And then fast forward all these years later, all three of us became self-employed business owners, coming out of a really bad environment and against all odds, kind of doing something kind of magical with our lives. So it's pretty cool.
That's really great.
Yeah. So I see you're described as as a vocalist expert, and what kind of role does that what does that entail exactly? Just educate us on that.
So I'm a vocational specialist and also a vocational expert. So what that means is people, they get disabilities and they can't do their prior work. So attorneys hire me, plaintiff and defense, to kind of figure out based on their education, their work experience, are there any jobs they can do? And then I testify about that in front of judges and juries. And sometimes I have to look at, okay, depending on the type of case, like personal injury, medical malpractice, I have to look at how much money are they going to lose because of this injury or accident over the course of their life, and what's going to kind of make them whole. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't know I'd be good at this. I mean, I got my master's degree, started working with people with disabilities as a case manager.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started testifying for Social Security, and an attorney one day just said, "Hey, I really like the way you testify. Would you like to maybe try some different areas besides Social Security?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll give it a shot." And then next thing you know, my company just kind of blew up from there. So.
That's really fascinating. And between that and your upbringing, you know, what you've been able to overcome, definitely something to be very proud of. So obviously you've overcome a lot, Earl, on that side, but you've also had, you know, some personal life experience as well, especially on the relationship front with, you know, marriages and losses. But what would you say, Earl, are some of the life experiences, either challenges or successes that shaped your outlooks on relationships prior to, of course, entering Love Hotel?
Yeah, you know, I think it's a lot easier to look back, right? When you're in it, you're like, ah, but when you look
right.
back,
Yes.
you're like, I made a good decision here. Like the first marriage, she was a good person, but she had really bad anger problems and tried to fix it. And it, hello, dogs. They're playing right now. Sorry about that.
Cute.
You're good.
Yeah, you're good though.
Lay down, lay down. So, anyway, so I tried to fix it. It couldn't be fixed. And then I knew I had to move on. And that was really painful. I felt like a failure. I think when you're going through a divorce for the first time, you never saw yourself going through a divorce, right? So it's one of those things like, man, I stink at this, you know? And then I was single for like 7 years. And then I met my wife, who I was with for 7 years as well. And we didn't argue at all. I mean, it was coming up from a family that argued all the time. I didn't want that in my life. And then I was drawn to a person who argued all the time, which is interesting in itself. But then I said, I'm never going to get in that situation again. And I haven't since. And my late wife, she was the complete opposite, just loving, fun. And we just were always doing things together. And it wasn't the same if we weren't with each other at an event, you know? So it was a beautiful little love story. It only lasted 7 years, but for me, some people never even get to experience what I did for a week, you know, in their life.
Very true.
So
Yes.
all the things I went through before made me recognize when she came into my life how special she was, right? If I didn't do that, go through that painful stuff before, I might not have seen it. So every, you know, so often in your life, you have these moments where you evolve, you know, in some way, shape, or form. And then you don't have to be in a situation or be the way you were before. You've just grown as a person. And I think meeting my wife really helped me grow. So.
Beautifully said.
Thank you. Yeah.
Definitely. For sure. So what motivated you so speaking of which and all that you've all been through and dealt with and dealing with like the loss of your second wife, which we really appreciate you sharing your story and you've been very vocal about that, open. Like, so what motivated you to go into Love Hotel at this stage?
Yeah, I wasn't looking for this at all. And you know, I had a friend who knew somebody who is a casting director, and she kind of pushed me into it. And I didn't know anything about it. When you have a lot of animals and stuff in your own business, going away for an extended amount of time, if you do well on it, you know, that is kind of really scary. And then, you know, going in front of cameras and everything. So I really didn't think I even had a chance, to be honest with you. And then as the process started going, I was like, okay, wow, we really had a good conversation. And then I'm talking to the next person, like, oh, we really were laughing the whole time. Then the next interview, and it just kept going like that and building on itself. And I thought, you know, all right, I probably didn't get it, but at least I had fun meeting new people. And then I got the text message about a year ago last week that, or 2 weeks ago, you know, you're on the show. And then reality, right? Okay. All right. The interviewing was awesome. But all right, now I have to make a decision here. And I made it the day before. You know, even though they said I was on, I said, okay, I don't think I still want to do this, but I made it. I started packing the day before I was supposed to get on the flight. And luckily, all my clients were understanding. My friends were, just awesome. And people took care of my animals while I was gone, so yeah. And I really didn't, I thought I'd be there a day or two, maybe a week, 5 days.
Mhm.
Didn't know I'd be there the entire time. So that's pretty special.
What a whirlwind, though.
You appreciate it, I mean, when you're going through the things I've gone in my life and you keep overcoming them, good things keep coming in your life, and every time you feel blessed, whether you're helping somebody who really needed you in that moment, you get nothing out of it except the pleasure of knowing that you helped that person, right? So all those blessings keep building up, and this was just another one of them. I couldn't believe I made it. I mean, this day I can't believe I was there the whole time,
Brush your shoulders off, Earl. Brush your shoulders off.
That's a flex.
just blessed. I met so many wonderful people. So yeah, I mean, it was, I didn't see it coming, put it that way.
Now, while you didn't see that coming, did you envision taking the ownership of Earl the Pearl? Like, how much did that on-show persona was planned versus, it just happened?
It literally was just so organic. We were all getting ready to go meet the girls, and as people were coming up that I just met, I was like, I'm Earl the Pearl. And then, what? Yeah, Earl the Pearl. And Earl the Pearl kind of gets me in that fun mode,
Yeah.
I'm the Pearl. And so I always like seeing the expressions on someone's face when I say, yeah, I'm Earl the Pearl, and see the look on their face, So that's kind of special in itself. But yeah, I didn't plan on everyone calling me Earl the Pearl. I just thought it would be something funny, and and everyone's calling me it, so that's pretty cool.
Definitely funny, and way to let like people's guards down as well too. I can't imagine how much I would have giggled upon meeting you with that type of introduction. So great play on that one.
Yeah, with my crocodile shoes on, with the eyes on them, I mean.
He was styling.
Own it. Do you, Earl? Do you?
I did.
But yeah, speaking of which, so like walk us through your first impressions of when you met the ladies from the Housewives franchise, and like what stood out to you, or who stood out to you immediately?
Well, I thought they all stood out right away. I mean, they're very attractive women. I don't know anything about them. So I'm the type of person, when I go into a new environment, I'm very outgoing, but not at first. I kind of just hang back and kind of let everyone else do what they're doing and get a good feel for everything. And so I was watching a guy pull this woman over here, and then the guy pull this girl over there. And so I would just go over and sit down next to him and get say something funny, and then, hang out for a few minutes and go meet the other people too. So, yeah, I mean, when you first get there, you don't know what's going to happen. Okay. It's like, here, guys, here's the women, here's the guys. All right, go talk.
That's all production tells you?
Oh, no, they didn't really give us anything to say except stand here and then walk down the stairs. Not like, put a big smile on your face. We already have smiles at our face, so
Right.
The guys really bonded before we ever met the women, so that was really helpful.
Good.
And, you couldn't really see anyone in the group that worried you at all. They all had really good personalities. Nobody was overbearing, cocky. We all had our self-confidence, but nobody was like that arrogant, cocky guy in the group, So
That's awesome.
Very down to earth. So I think that made it easier when we met all the women.
Which is super cool, because usually in situations like that, you'll have someone that's like the peacock, so to say, that would show up, or like just puff their chest out and or be arrogant or something. But it seemed like everybody got along pretty well. I thought that was really cool.
I could see people probably thinking that was me at first, but they just mean, I was way over the top with the shoes and stuff. And some of the things I said, I didn't know it'd go on camera. I'll probably get selected for 4 dates. No, I'm just kidding. That's.
But you were endearing, though. You were very endearing, though, Earl. Like, even though you had that confidence and that flair and fun to you, you were endearing, which I think other people that or Kimberly is referring to doesn't necessarily have.
Yeah, well, I think everyone had really cool personalities.
Mm-hmm.
For me, as people get to know me, they'll know that I'm harmless. I just want to make people laugh and have a good time, and I'll be there no matter if I just meet someone and they're going through something. I can detect it, and I would probably pull them aside and see if they're okay. I mean, that's kind of who I am, and it's all about making someone laugh. If I can get a chuckle out of somebody, I'll make a fool out of myself to do that, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. So, yeah.
So speaking of dramatic situations, and of course, there's been a lot of fun moments. The show still threw you through some dramatic and emotional situation. Was there a moment you felt especially tested? I don't know if it was, not eating vegetables. Was there any moment where you really felt tested?
That vegetable thing, I think, really helped me get through the rest of the show, because I could see how everyone was uncomfortable with it. I could see all the cameras coming around us, and I could see that Shannon was struggling, and I either offended her or, it was a situation I needed to handle. I knew that, and when we got through that, there were other things, but they didn't last very long. And I know on camera it looks like they're lasting. I was like the cliffhanger 5 weeks. Is Earl going home? Out of 8 episodes. But when you're in it and you're spending so much time with each other, they see who you really are. And if in a bad moment like that, and I think both of us would admit that we could have handled that better, right? I didn't see the landmine coming that came at that moment, and I could have handled that a lot better all the way around. But there's something about being in a pressure cooker on a dating show, and I didn't think that would affect me the way it did. And it's not an excuse, but I've never been through anything like that before. And when all the cameras are there and someone's emotional in front of you, I kind of regrouped right in that moment and talked to her, admitted my fault in it, and it didn't solve the situation, but it made it less severe. And then her and I were able to talk about it the next day and move forward with it. And then here comes a whole new group of guys. So I was like, get out of here. And I can't tell you how many times I thought that. Okay. Many times. Not that I wanted to quit, but I'm like, I don't think I'm doing very well. I really only focused on Shannon because I saw something in her that was really intriguing and special.
Yeah.
So I was all in with her. If it wasn't going to work with her, I'd be going home early. And when things weren't working out smoothly in the beginning, I really thought I'd go. But I was always true to it. If in those moments and even after those moments, talking to her and just revealing more about me, and at the worst that could come out of it, we would have remained friends, right? So I knew that, and I was okay with going home if she was more interested in someone else, and so that gave me some inner peace.
Okay, that's good, and I'm happy. At least the silver lining is you got that big hurdle out of the way and growth onward and upward.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of good life lessons in this show of how couples through stuff. As long as you're not swearing at each other and screaming at each other. I mean, if you just talk or take a breather and come back to it a little later, usually you can be a lot more effective with getting through it. Because if you you don't want to prolong it. So
Mm-hmm.
I hope people got something from the show.
This definitely, and I feel like you just handled yourself so well, like in the situations, and not only that, but like you said, like people can apply it to like not just from watching the show and just seeing what happened, but like to their own like life, you know. And I even did too. It's like it just taught me to like really have to look at like different perspectives and not just mine and keep calm and cool. But yeah, I definitely think it was a cool like lesson learned though, for sure.
That's awesome.
And so that was like really, I thought that was like really awesome. So, and I feel like that was great that you were able to, you know, to showcase that. And so we were talking about your style and everything earlier. So we're going to circle back to that a little bit. So you wore those white alligator shoes and you got the nickname the Pearl, of course, we were talking about. So how did you come up with your style? Like what was like did you feel like your persona like helped or hindered your relationship on a show with like your style? Like do you think it was like very flashy? Like what do you think?
No, I'm not a guy. I mean, I've been a jock my whole life. You know, I in college I think I wore cutoff sweatpants almost every day, you know, on the back of my head, you know. I mean, as I've gotten older, I attended, you know, different masquerade balls and company functions and stuff like that. So I had to buy some nice clothes and stuff. But for me, it's more about fun. So when I could show someone the alligator eyes on the side of my shoes at a bar like that, you should see their face light up. It's amazing. And so I've never been like that flashy guy, but you know, so I don't think I even really have a style. I just, you know, try to wear clothes that fit, you know, and
make you feel good, hopefully too.
Yeah, and I've never been great at mixing and matching. So, you know, I miss having someone to say, "What do you think of these two?" You know, that type of thing. But at worst case scenario, I don't really care. You know, I think I look okay. I'm never going to be, you know, Mr. Fashion or anything like that. Now, Phil, he had a lot of fashion. Wale, he had a lot of
Well, Earl, you have Earl's Angels now, so hit us up, send us the text. You're at the store. You want our opinion. We're here. We got your back.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And
yes.
Make sure I get information because you're going to be busy.
Okay. I'm down for it.
Let's see here. So let's see here. So what behind the scenes moments or conversations like didn't make it on air? Like, do you think viewers, they wish viewers had seen?
Oh man, there's so many. I mean, there was a lot of great moments they aired, but I mean, there's some that are just really special to me, and I'm glad I experienced them. Just seeing our first date, Shannon and I made her laugh and everybody in the room laugh when she said to me, do you have cameras in your room? And I said, no, it's just a room. Well, we have a living area and a bedroom. I'm like, no, we don't. And she goes, well, in the living area, there's cameras in each corner. I said, oh, wow. And she goes, but there's none in the bedroom. And without a beat, I looked at her and I said, so we have options. And she burst out laughing. Everyone burst out laughing, you know? And I mean, it's just my sense of humor, you know? So, and then at the end of the date, I stood her up and I said, how'd you like to dance? She goes, there's no music. So I grabbed her hands and started singing to her, slow dancing, sway into the music. And I'm spinning her.
Oh.
Now, put it in perspective, she told me about her DUI. We started holding hands under the table. She said that thing about her, the cameras in her room, and I made her laugh. So I shared stuff about me and my wife, and she shared stuff about, and there were a lot of emotional moments there.
Yeah.
Holding her hand under the table, you know, I didn't know that would make it on screen, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then like that was really cool that we had that moment at the end of our first date. So
yeah. Oh, damn it. I'm so mad it didn't work because I just so feel like she really needs someone like you, Earl. And I've never seen her. I mean, obviously I'm just a viewer. I don't know her, I've never seen her laugh and smile as much while she has been on the show, as compared to some of her interactions with you. So thank you for letting us see that side of her. She's definitely, you know, understandably has been through a lot, but liked seeing her laugh. But
yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was one of my favorite things, to see how much I could make her throw her head back, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I love it.
you know?
You said that, of course, the loss of your wife taught you what love really is. Has that shaped for how you look, or how you look for a partner?
I think it does. I haven't really been dating too much after this. You know, so I think it will actually do that, you know, at some point, because when you meet somebody, and this kind of goes back to my career. I mean, I've seen people go through horrendous situations, being set on fire, losing their fingers, and the husband and wife stay together and they're in love. Okay. It didn't break up the marriage, you know, but then I've seen these other moments where a neurosurgeon gets a little piece of metal in his eye from the surgery, and now he can't be a neurosurgeon anymore, and the wife leaves him, you know. So
wow.
When you see how fragile life is like that, and then losing my wife, and before that, you know, my parents, and then 6 months after that, my brother, you actually realize how fragile life is. So for me, meeting somebody who is happy and energetic and, you know, living life to the fullest, that's kind of what I'm hoping to find. Someone who's going to be my eventual rocking chair partner, you know? And
I like that.
But in the end, you know, before we get to the pudding phase, you know, okay. So that's my hope.
Very good.
Oh. Sorry about that. Oh, so again, now since the show's aired, and like, how's your life changed? Personally, professionally, has any of that happened, or has it exceeded our expectations?
Oh yeah, it really has exceeded my expectations. Look, I get to sit here, you know, on a Thursday night talking to you guys, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And so the things I've got to do, I feel so lucky, you know, and it's because people connected with me on the show some way, somehow, you know. I'll be at a Falcons game and someone will come up to me. I'll be down at a restaurant in Atlanta and someone will do a double take, and then aren't you, you know, and I go, yeah, I'm Earl the Pearl from Love Hotel, you know. So it's one of those things that are really adorable, and you know, I don't know where it's all going to take me, but I'm really having fun doing it.
Good. Now, while you were on the show, I mean, people always come out of the woodworks once you air on the show. So, two quick questions. Did you ever hear from your son-in-law? And did anyone else ever come out of the woodwork? Right? Didn't you mention that you had a son-in-law, I believe, who you were saving a car for?
No, I have a stepson. And
sorry.
I was saving a motorcycle, which is still in my garage. I'm going to keep that one private.
Okay, respect that.
About it, just for his life and so forth. And
okay.
But what was the other question you had? I'm sorry.
Did anybody interesting come out of the woodwork since you know you were on the show?
Yes, all my frat brothers. I mean, they.
Oh, that's awesome.
Frat guys. One of them who, you know, works for the Mavericks. You know, as a motivational coach.
Oh.
Job title wrong there, but yeah, I mean, they got a group text thing together, and they're watching the show and talking about it. And now,
Oh,
you
that's
know, it was
awesome.
so amazing. People that were in grad school with me, people that played softball with me. You know, I mean, so many people, and even people that I've dated came back into my life who they're married or they're with, but you know, they saw me and they just to say they were proud of me. You know,
Yeah.
It's always
those
nice.
Awesome.
it's pretty amazing. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people came back into my life, which was
Wow.
yeah,
That's
can't beat
amazing.
that.
Oh, good. It sounds like it was in a positive way for you.
Oh, it's been very positive. You know,
Sure.
yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world. I know nothing lasts forever. You know. But the people that have come into my life and all the things I've got to do up to this point, yeah, it's just been amazing, and I'm appreciative. So
That's
Oh, I love
awesome.
that.
You deserve it too. We all agree that you definitely deserve it, and it's like that's how we're hoping that some more like greatness comes your way, which I already know will and is, which is amazing to see. So, really quickly, like, what advice would you give to someone entering like a late life dating journey, or someone like recovering from like great loss and looking to love again?
ooh, well, that great loss thing, that's very unique for everybody, and it depends on the situation, how happy they were in it at the time, and yeah, I don't judge any way anyone handles that situation, but I can tell you, for me, I saw two options. One, to stay busy and not think about it, which I thought would really come back and hit me harder later, or to lean into it. And I leaned into it, and that helped me get through. Now, if that helps someone out there going through something similar, you know, give it a try. Because sometimes when you face it and you feel the raw pain and the anger of it, you can move through it quicker than if you stay busy, and it'll hit you eventually. And then what was the other question? I'm sorry.
Oh, like so, like for looking, like what advice would you give for someone looking for love again?
So, you know, listen to your gut, and people usually show you who they are within 3 months. Okay. They can hide it pretty well, especially a narcissist, because they're going to shower you with stuff. But I call it a veil, a dating veil. And all right, here's the veil. 3 months, it's going to show itself. It's going to be lifted. And then you'll see who the person is. Someone who gets angry over things, they're going to get angry at some point in 3 months if you spend time with them. Listen to it, recognize it, and don't make excuses for it. You know, a lot of times we push stuff under the carpet going, you know, he said he was sorry. Yeah. When you start seeing a pattern forming and it's not healthy for your life, be kind and say goodbye, you know, because you're saving yourself a lot of heartache down the line. And that's something, you know, I've shared that with a lot of people in my life.
That's excellent advice.
Listen,
It definitely is.
ignore what's right in front of you, you know?
Say pearls of
Now
wisdom.
I'm doing some self-reflection to make sure that I'm correct with the way that I'm communicating. So thank you for that, Earl. I need to double check with my husband later.
See, it's funny. That's hysterical.
Oh.
Don't get in trouble with
We're
your
gonna.
husband. What is Earl saying to you? You know?
He's trying to make sure I'm a good communicator with you. That is all. He's not in the wrong. I might be in the wrong. I might be the one in trouble. But Earl, are you still in contact with any of the ladies or the gents from the show?
I follow them on Instagram, the women.
Mhm.
They're really busy. They're always doing stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'll write them privately, you know,
Mhm.
say posts and stuff like that. I'm still in contact with a lot of the guys. When I went to New York, I stayed with Mark from the show, and then I got to see Theo, and then I posted out Theo got engaged, and
Nice. Oh.
I was supposed to go to Nashville, and I was going to stay at Ralph's place. Just like all the guys are welcome to stay here if they come through town. JB Love and stuff. Him and his boys. I was going to put him on my boat on the lake, which would have been pretty.
Oh, nice.
Oh, for sure.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I'm going to get out to see James, and I got a few trips planned to California, so I'll see the guys out there too. Yeah,
I love that. It's amazing the friendships that come out of these shows. It's very special, and it's like you guys have been in the trenches as well. It's just such a rare experience that you guys have gone through.
it is. I call it trauma bonding.
You're not the first. You're not the first reality star to say that.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah, for sure, though. For sure.
I say it with a laugh, though, right? So,
Mhm.
but I mean, even a group of us are going to go see Jerry in Puerto Rico. Nick's coming over. I'm going. I think JB Love is. We might go to BravoCon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
We probably won't be part of the show or anything, but we'll be in Vegas and saying hi to
Fun.
people, having fun.
Oh, that'll be fun though.
So if you know of any good parties, we'd be happy to come in as a posse, right?
Right. I love it.
No, but I feel like we need to do some like speed dating beforehand to like have a lineup for you when you get there. So, ladies, if you're listening, slide into Earl's DMs or slide into our DMs. We can vet you ahead of time. We can set up some dates between you and Earl. We're here to support you, Earl.
Oh, I love
No,
it.
like seriously, the ladies are going to be all over you in Bravo.
Yeah.
You realize that, guys. You realize that.
You're all having
Good play to go out there.
funny.
Good play to go out there.
It's like, who heard of LL Cool J? There's no LL Cool J. How about LL Cool E? So that's going to bring us over to our rapid fire round. Really fun. And Blair's going to start that off.
Oh yeah. So let's think about this one here. Is that so? Okay. So, for example, we're walking to your closet in your shoe rack. We find any surprises, anything interesting or fun?
Boy, you walk into my shoe rack and what?
Like, we find anything like your clothes, your closet, your shoe rack. Is there anything fun, interesting you'll find? Like, we know about the shoes, but anything else fashion wise?
Yeah, you would see some disco shoes with like 3-inch heels on them with gold for Halloween. You would see a lot of crocodile and ostrich cowboy boots.
Nice.
Yeah, furry rimmed Chicago Bear slipper.
Perfect.
Now these are things I had. I don't buy that stuff for myself. They're gifts, but I love them. So.
I love it.
That's too funny.
Yeah, a lot of cowboy hats. Most people wouldn't think that I own a lot of cowboy hats, but yeah, I love dancing and line dancing as well as country dancing. So yeah, I love to put on a cowboy hat.
Fun.
They say I
awesome.
throw on a cowboy hat. So yeah.
I can see you rocking that.
Most definitely. So, what are you currently watching or listening to that you're into?
Oh, I love The Pit.
That's good.
Oh, what a show! And there was a really good miniseries on the Guinness family. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
House of Guinness.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
So good. And the
then-
soundtrack, so good too.
Yeah. So
Oh, I need to get on top of that.
Yeah, it's really good.
really good. Yeah. I mean, I have several shows. I just watched one yesterday on Netflix, and I was up to like 3 a.m. watching it. I was binge watching it.
Oh, now I want to know.
Yeah. I have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah, please do.
That was real. But anyway, I'll put it.
Really important question right now, Earl.
Yes.
Cubs or Sox?
Well, the Cubs just won tonight, so they're now going to be playing Milwaukee.
But you're going to say Sox because you're a Southsider.
Southsider. I'm a
Northsider.
Yeah, I'm a Sox fan, Southsider. But I'm pretty 50-50 now with the Cubs and the Sox. I mean, I think they both are going to the Cubs are doing pretty well right now, but I really like what's happening with the White Sox. So
Yeah, for sure. I won't hold it against you just because you're a Southsider. If anybody else was saying it, oh, you would have lost some cool points, Earl, but you're good.
Are you a Cubby?
I am. Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder as well. I'm a bleacher bum, so
Nice.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I had to ask that.
Well, next year, next summer, I'm going to be in Chicago. I have to look you up, and you guys.
Yeah, let's go to a game together, Earl.
Oh, shoot, that'd be cool.
That'd be so fun.
Actually, we should all go. We should make a group trip. Come on, Blair, we need to go visit.
I know, right? We have my family there anyway.
Yeah.
I had an attempt to try to move up there 2 years ago. Just didn't work out.
All right, come on, Fire. What do you got for me? What do you got? Come on.
All right, let's see here. If you could redo any moment on camera, what would you do and why?
Oh, if I could redo any moment on camera. You know, the one thing that was hard to watch was that veggie scene, and that I looked so defeated from it. And I wish I hid that. You know, maybe the authenticity of it, but I really felt, I saw myself and I was like, that was hard to watch because I hadn't seen myself ever defeated like that, you know, on video, right? So that'd be the one thing. But I mean, I recovered from it. And, you know, it's like anything, you're going to get knocked down a little bit, just get up and keep going, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And what is one quality that you admire the most in a partner or a friend, and why, Earl?
The ability to listen. I think, laughing, throwing their head back. I love that. But I can take something serious when it needs to be serious and listen and give you good feedback. Not everyone's great at that, you know. They're kind of basing on their own experience instead of being in the moment with your experience. And I think it's important to handle it that way versus the other way. So
yeah, very true.
Yeah. Kindness too, man. You got to have compassion and kindness. I can't say just one. It's a package deal.
For sure.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and let you tell everybody where we can find you, like your socials, like your, how we can find you.
Well, here's my home address. No.
For those that cannot make it to Vegas and BravoCon, grab your paper and pen.
We'll have our own BravoCon, you know. Yeah, it's Earl35 on Instagram and TikTok, and Earl Thompson, and after that, Earl the Pearl in quotes on Facebook.
Awesome.
It's great meeting you.
Likewise.
Awesome. Yes, this is great. And y'all, to follow Danielle, she's at Dani Gossip Girl. And Danielle, you can drop the rest of your things as well.
Oh yeah, host of Pop Culture Expose and co-host of the Villa Download. But we need to have Earl back on after BravoCon to pick his brain on the madness of BravoCon, especially from a man's perspective. I would love to hear more about that in the future, Earl, if you're down. As I'm sure the audience would be interested too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to be a part of it, but we're going to be there.
No, understand. You're going to see a lot, though. Yeah. You're going to see a lot.
Exactly.
It's going to feel like Entourage. If I can get the majority of the guys from the show to go, you know.
Yeah.
Right, for sure.
Together, that's going to
Oh, I hear the theme song playing in my head right now.
This is so awesome.
Yeah. What could go wrong? I guess with all of us together, you know.
Nothing. Oh. Just don't end up at the Whitechapel, any of you guys.
Oh yeah.
Have fun, but not that much fun. That would be a whole. You need to get that and turned into a TV show if anybody makes it to a chapel.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
A ring on your finger. You made the mistake of getting a ring on your finger, right? So, yeah. Cat's out. Anyway, it's great being on here with you guys, and
Of course.
thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so
Pleasure.
much for having us with you. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share, everyone. We are the Pop Culture Green Room. I also have my solo channel. This is Kimberly A. Bryant. We'll list all the handles and everything in the comments section on YouTube and on Spotify, Apple. That's where you'll be able to find us as well. And thank y'all so much, and have a good night, everybody.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Take care, guys.
Bye.